Good morning. I want to welcome you to Know Before You Buy or Sell. Hi, I'm Christy Banowitz with the Denver 100 and also one of the team leads for the 5280 Legacy Group. As I promised last week, we would talk about some things that you need to know before you buy or sell. Today is about know before you sell. I want to tell you a little story first before we talk about this little known animal called a title commitment. That is a huge part of the process, and I'm going to start with saying I bet the closing, which is where you signed all the paperwork and the money got exchanged, and you're like, who are these people and what do they do and why am I here? Except to give my money or get my money, right? So the title company that you choose when you're getting ready to sell is an important part of the process. And again, just to remind you, I spent 25 plus years, almost 30 in the title insurance industry before I did get my real estate license. So I'm uniquely qualified to talk about this process called contract to close, and especially about title commitments, title companies, fees, and what this document actually is. Title insurance is the least known part of a process, and it kind of gets muddled. So I'll tell you a story. So here a year ago, I did what I always do with a seller. I went ahead and called the title company prior to the listing appointment. I got the information on who was the last known owner, got a copy of the warranty deed so I know how the listing document needs to be prepared. I go to the house. We talk about, you're the only one. He's like, yes, I'm the only one. Didn't co-sign with anybody. That matches this. So we're done. We put it on the market. We get it under contract. And first two deadlines in the contract is one is the earnest money by the buyer comes in to the title company that's going to process this transaction on behalf of the buyer and seller and both realtors. So we get the title commitment. I do what I always do. I look at it, I read it, I check and make sure my client's name is on there, and I stopped dead in my tracks. There was somebody else's name on there, a woman's name. And I'm like, now who's that? So it said the fee simple ownership was in the name of my client and a woman. Okay, get on the phone, call the title company. Why did I not know this? And the reason I didn't know it is because they do the background check through the public records in depth when they issue a commitment at the time of contract between a buyer and seller. So we actually, as realtors, my client was in title for the last 4.5, 5 years with another person. And those stories do happen often. And so one of the things that's so important in this process of contract to close, know before you buy or sell, is choosing your realtor and having a conversation about the title commitment, the title company who's going to close, what their track record is, their losses, or how long have they been in business, or how secure is all of their information. Your seller is really supposed to help in the process of choosing that company. And so while we have our preferences of who we work with because we are the expert and we have worked with them before, and me being extremely picky now about title companies and how they keep information private and so on, you know that's your first part as a seller, is helping pick that title company. And then when the title commitment comes out, be sure you have someone who reviews it with you to talk about who's receiving copies. Is your name spelled correctly? Do we have the right legal description? How much is the sales price? How much are they going to issue a policy for? When I was working in the title business, I used to say title insurance is about as exciting as watching grass grow when I would try and explain it. And I feel that kind of way today. It's kind of always mumbo jumbo with buyers and sellers, and it doesn't quite click their role. So their role is to examine the records to make sure that the right person is conveying title to the next person and properly with the right deed, the right information, the legal description that defines the ground. And the improvements are on, remember last week. So this is a big part of the next step after you sign the contract. Earnest money comes into the title company, who will be preparing the warranty deeds, bills of sale, and conducting the closing, dispersing the funds. The first thing they have to do is present to you is a title commitment in writing that says we'll commit to insure the property to the new buyer as long as these things are done. So in here under Schedule B1, those things I'll go through with my clients, and B2 as well, which are the exceptions. You know, like every insurance company, I'll insure, accept, and those are on Schedule B2. So have your realtor or someone like myself go through this with you so you understand the document and the process. Anyway, that's the little known animal called title insurance, and it's a part of the process, and it's an important part of the process whether you're a buyer or seller. Just want to say thank you for stopping in again today, my Monday lesson. And if you have any questions, my number is 970-376-2032. Next week, we will talk about the inspection process, which is critical in the contract to close for a buyer and seller. And how does that work? And I'll see if I can find an inspector that would be willing to talk to us about their job. Have a great week, and call me with any questions or email me, Christy@5280sold.us, and I'm happy to connect. Have a great week. Bye.